You know how a lot of anime has that trope where there's this one character who suddenly appears in the protagonist's world and immediately changes their life? Okay, so that's basically Cosmic Princess Kaguya. Alright, my name is Deekadiko, and today we'll be taking a look at this very nice anime called Cosmic Princess Kaguya. Alright, let's do it. The movie starts with a VTuber giving us exposition about our protagonist, Iroha, who, while on her way home after a long day of both school and part-time work, immediately starts crying while listening to her Oshi's song. In a pretty hilarious scene, she walks to her apartment only to find a baby inside an electric pole. That's when she decides to... Yeah, she didn't want the baby at first, but after realizing that maybe it's not the best thing for a baby to be outside, she decides to take her in. And now, she's taking care of the baby. I gotta say, even though she's living alone, she actually manages to keep her room tidy while still being in school. Very nice. We then cut into a pretty heartwarming montage of her meeting the demands of the baby.
I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted.
And just like that, 10 minutes into the movie, we're greeted with the character from the poster. I was kind of amazed at how the movie kept me engaged throughout the entire introduction. There really wasn't any unnecessary bloat from exposition dumps, or too many jump cuts that made it feel too fast either. The movie also went pretty hard with the music and animation right off the bat, which told me very clearly that I was in for a treat. Speaking of animation, this anime was directed by Yamashita Shingo, the guy who previously worked on the opening of Jujutsu Kaisen, the opening of Chainsaw Man, and even did key animation on some legendary anime like Tatami Galaxy and Ping Pong the Animation. And he wasn't alone either. He brought along some well-known veterans of the industry, which might explain why, after 6 years of waiting, One Punch Man dropped one of the seasons of all time.
Oh my god. Oh, hell.
The movie completely blew my expectations with how it expressed each and every scene. Hype scenes were hype, and funny scenes were genuinely funny. Even in the quieter moments, the characters are always acting. Look at this. And this. Or even this. And expressive in that very anime way without ever feeling sloppy. One thing that really stood out to me was how they managed to animate a movie that's pretty much a love letter to anime itself while still being completely original, and I heckin' love it! Cosmic Princess Kaguya feels special because it understands what animation does best. It uses color, movement, and character to create a sense of warmth that's easy to feel and hard to forget. And that quiet confidence is what makes it stand out. What? You think the video is already over? I haven't even talked about its best part. The soundtrack in Cosmic Princess Kaguya does a lot of heavy lifting, and somehow it really never feels like it's trying too hard. Listening to all of the OG music being reinvented with a more modern sound was extremely refreshing. I was caught off guard when I first watched the trailer by just how cool the music sounded. What really sells it though is how well the music syncs with the animation. Movement lands on beats, emotions line up with the tempo changes, and everything feels intentional. There's so much more of this movie that I didn't even get into. The way it quietly touches on the sacrifice that comes with living alongside another person, or the way it shows how even people who care deeply about each other don't always see things the same way. Really, I think no one should be told how to enjoy this movie. If you watch it and it doesn't click, that's completely fine. And if it does click, then I'm glad, because maybe this video helped point you towards something you ended up enjoying. It would be extremely easy to say this movie belongs in a museum, or that it deserves to win Oscar's Best Picture award, but honestly, I feel like it's missing the point. This is a movie meant to be watched, felt, and remembered. And sometimes, that's more than enough. And that's why you should watch Cosmic Princess Kaguya.